Hello, good morning, friends. Thanks for joining in. Happy Friday, first day of winter. Hope everybody is having a great week and ready for this weekend before Christmas. This is our last Friday before Christmas. Lots of exciting things going on for many of my friends. I know for my family and my friends, we have people coming to stay with us. A variety of people, not just one set of a family, but a variety of people are going to be staying with us from now until New Year's Day. I'm really excited. I have people coming today and again on the 23rd and again on the 26th. It's just going to be a full house and I'm really looking forward to it. I miss all the hustle and bustle and everything since my kids are now out of the house. It's kind of different around here at Christmas time. I'm used to things being a little crazy and it's a little bit low key and I think I like it. I like it. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments how your week has been. What crafty adventures do you have going on? And what fun stuff do you have planned for this weekend? Now, if you're catching me in the replay, please do type #replay so that I know that you got to see it. And if you have any comments and questions, especially, please type them in all caps. That helps me see what is being asked as I'm monitoring things by myself this morning and don't want to miss anything. Don't want to miss anything. There we go. Oh goodness, it looks like we have about a minute lag on Facebook this morning, but that's okay. That's all right. We're ready to tackle any technical difficulties we come across. Having a little coffee, enjoying my morning, doing some wrapping presents and last minute cleanup and things like that. Just getting a room set up for my guests and just fun stuff. I think I'm even going to do some baking today. Oh my goodness. Maybe even make a new batch of candy. I made fudge earlier this week. I made peppermint patties last week. And let's see, we've just done a ton of stuff. I've helped do lots of candy. One of my very dear friends does candy for people for Christmas, and she does peanut brittle and peanut butter patties and fudge and all different kinds of cookies. We've been making gingerbread cookies. Lots of fun with that. Have a new recipe for gingerbread that is just absolutely fabulous and could not be easier. Loving that. It actually starts with a cake mix, and who knew you could get excellent cookies, especially gingerbread cookies, out of a cake mix? Not me, but I'm glad that she found that recipe because I'm going to be playing with it actually after Christmas with some of the little people that are coming to spend some time with me. We're going to do lots of Christmas traditions with them, even though it's going to be after the fact. We're going to go and look at Christmas lights and have some fun with that. We're going to make lots of candy and cookies and goodies and watch Christmas movies and just have a good time. Lots of fellowship, of fun. So anyway, let's get started on our project today. I actually am mixing two different transfers. I'm mixing up Love is a Four-Legged Word, which is great on its own and has a cute little dog or cat icon. Dog or cat that you can build and give it floppy ears or pointed ears or whatever you need to give it. And look at these paw prints. How cute are they? I might have to use those too. This is from Love is a Four-Legged Word. And then I also have Be the Person Your Dog Thinks You Are, which is the geometric dog. And it comes with the geometric dog shape and the paws and the bone. Well, I love these pieces. So I love this saying and these pieces. So I thought, why not? I'm just going to mix them together. Now, what I've done already here is lay things out so that I could kind of see how it was going to fit. Because this is a board that I haven't used a ton of. This is actually out of my stash. It is not a Chalk Couture board. It is a board, I believe it was from Michael's, but I will tell you they're very difficult to get now. And what I found by trial and error is that they do not, how do we say, they erase the chalk. You can erase your chalk, but it leaves a fairly significant amount of ghosting. Now, I do use my board eraser when I'm erasing my chalk off of my chalkboards just to kind of help with that ghosting. But even with that, these boards leave a little ghosting. So they would have done better if I would have waxed them, possibly seasoned them with chalk, what have you. I'm doing this as a gift. I don't anticipate that it's actually going to be erased off. So I'm just going to do it straight on the board without waxing, and we're going to call it good. I might even hit this one with some sealant. You can use a clear sealant like Krylon to go over the top of your chalk paste if you want to make your project permanent. So I've laid those things out. I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this last one so I can show you on screen. We have a design transfer that is a vinyl design transfer with a silk screen design in it, and it is sticky. It's reusable. Now, what you want to do is first you want to write on the back of it what it is, which helps you know where to put your design back on the carrier sheet, but also make sure that you do not get your carrier sheet, that you don't put your design back on the wrong side. If you put it on the wrong side, it can ruin your carrier sheet as well as your design. You can sometimes get it off by soaking it in water. That can sometimes help you get them released and get the paper released, but it's better if you just avoid it altogether and go with putting it on the shiny side, and you can know that you've done that by writing on the back. Now, I've removed the carrier sheet from the vinyl transfer, and I'm going to stick it on my microfiber towel, which is my clean dry towel of choice that I'm going to use to fuzz my transfer. Now, fuzzing the transfer just takes a little bit of the stickiness off. I'm going to leave that right there because it does not fit on here at the same time as my other things I'm starting with. And I've done some placement on here, but some of it is not going to work at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my words that are not going to work and my doggy design. They're going to be on here just after the fact. We're going to do a little chalking, and then we're going to come back and place our other things on here. This one I think we're going to be okay with. Well, nope, it goes into the love. I was going to say we could work around it, but it goes into the love part, so we cannot. Nope, that's going to fold down on it. So I'm going to pull that off as well, set that aside, and I'm going to grab my chalk paste and my multi-tool. My multi-tool is great. It's like a stylus. It's flexible on the ends, but it is solid in the middle. It gives you a small squeegee end so you can do detail work. It also gives you this great rounded end that fits perfectly in this jar. They did such an amazing job of designing this, and you can use this to scrape around the bottom of your jar and make sure that all your pigment is mixed in. It also allows you to scrape around the top of your jar when you're done to clean things up, so that when you put your jar lid back on, you get a nice good seal. Now, I have been cleaning this one, so it's a bit of a mess, and it's a bit foamy because I've stirred it several times today. But let's get that out of the way. I'm going to stir it one more time. You want it to be the consistency of yogurt or sour cream. This one is running a little bit thin. I have used this paste quite a bit today, and it was pretty thick when I started out. I gave it a spritz of water. I may have given it one too many spritz. It seems to be working okay, especially on the things that I'm doing that are quick. So I'm just going to get that a little bit on there. So I take a little bit of my Chalkology paste, and I'm going to apply it to my word, which is funny because the word here is word. And I'm going to use a small squeegee that I've cut in half. I'm going to use that to spread out the Chalkology paste over the top of the word and pick up the excess. You can see I'm using the excess just to go to my next part of my design. Easy peasy. Making sure all of the silkscreen is covered and that there is no lines in your design, because if you have lines, it's going to actually dry that way. So you don't want it to dry that way. Put a little bit on this part and move that about. And the excess goes right back, right back in the jar. I should probably have the lid here. That would be easier. So I'm going across. Now this is drying really fast because it is thin, so I'm going to try to get it picked up. I should have left myself a tail, but I didn't think of it. Sometimes I leave myself a tail, or I take the design transfer backer sheet, the carrier sheet, and I leave it underneath the corner like so, and it just gives me something to lift up on. Now you want to lift and you want to go left to right, you want to go side to side, you want to go top to bottom. You don't want to go vertical, as in you don't want to go horizontal, no. What am I trying to say? Diagonal. That's the word. You don't want to go diagonal. You don't want to go from corner to corner because it can distort your design, and you don't want it to distort your design. So I'm going to let that sit, and it's looking good. And let's get, actually, I'm going to use the squeegee on this next one, this next part, to grab some of the Chalkology paste because it's a little bit bigger and this will be a little faster. Just getting those the excess paste and the lines that it created off of the word, because the lines will show up. It'll dry solid. If you have lines in it, it'll be raised in those areas. Now with white, it doesn't show up quite as much as some of the others. It's still there, but you don't necessarily see it as much as the other colors. So it would probably be okay. I'm going to go side to side. I'm just going to hold this and lift that right up and set my transfer aside for cleaning. There we go. All right, we're going to let this dry for a second. See if we have any questions. While that's getting ready to dry, I'm going to take my squirt bottle and put just a little spray of water on the side of my work surface, and I'm going to dip a Q-tip just barely in it so that the end is damp but not sopping wet. I'm going to come right here where I have a little bit of an oops and clean that right up. And it looks like I dripped something, so I got that cleaned up too. And that's all there is to that. Let's see. I see a little snag on the love right here. So let me do the same thing. Perfect. Love it. Okay, we're going to set that aside because we may need to use it again. And now the Chalkology paste, when it is wet, it is shiny. And when it's dry, it dries matte. So you can kind of tell when you've got it ready to work with for your next layer. So let's see. I'm going to grab this. Facebook is acting up on me. Goodness. The lovelies of live. There we go. We're back. Yay! Give me a thumbs up if you can still see me. I know we had some technical difficulties this morning, and I actually lost the feed completely. So give me a thumbs up if you can still see me. I'm just going to lay the carrier sheet over the top of this area right here. That's going to help me have a place to put it, but also not have the adhesive stick to my copies. And that's really a good thing to do if you're not sure how the board is going to react. In this case, I don't know how the board's going to react, so I'm just going to do it like that. I'm going to grab some chalk paste, and we're going to chalk up this Geo dog. I love this little dog. So cute. And just, it's so easy to get fabulous results with Chalk Couture. It's such a satisfying product to use on your projects because you can do them quick, you can do them easy. It doesn't take much in the way of preparation. It's easy to clean up, and yeah, easy is the word of the day. Let's see, let's get that and pull him up. Okay, now my chalk paste is a little bit thin, and that is why I'm having a little bit of the dots come through in places where they shouldn't. It was a little bit thin, so as I pulled it up, that chalk paste tried to spread out. No big deal. We're going to be able to clean that up with a Q-tip once it's completely dry, so I'm going to just set that there, and let's come. Okay, my love is dry, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add my is a. I want to come down like that. There we go. Same thing, a little bit of chalk paste on my squeegee over the top of my words. All that excess back in the jar. A little bit goes a long way. Awesome. Let me set that aside. I'm going to grab that same Q-tip and come right here where I went over the edge of the design and clean it right away. It's done. It's already gone. I'm going to leave this part dry a little bit more, and let's put our dog bone in here. Close to the top. Eyeballing it for the center. Gonna push it down with my finger just to get a nice seal so that there's no air bubble. Your chalk paste is going to seek out any air bubbles that there are in your design. So I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of the paste. Go right over the top of the design. Covering all the silk screen area. Anything, you don't have to worry about covering from edge to edge on this. You just want to cover the areas that are open for the silk screen. That's all the part that matters. I do want it to be in there a little bit thicker. I want that to really show up. Get just a tiny bit more. I don't usually go heavy, but I want the bone to kind of stand out. But I am flattening any areas that have lines because the lines will dry in your design and you can actually see that, and we don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to lift up towards the ceiling rather than towards myself, just gently, and there we go. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm going to take my little Q-tip that's still, it needs to be re-moistened, dried already. So I've got it with a little bit of water just on the end. I'm going to come right here inside this triangle where it's a little distorted and pick that up, and right here on the edge of this one, pick that up. And I think that's it for that part. Okay, let's grab the dog paws. Oh my goodness, they are so cute. How do I want them? Yep, I think I want them this way. And same thing, I'm going to take that carrier sheet and give myself a corner, but also cover up the design there. Give this a little press. Get some Chalkology paste on my squeegee. And here we go with the paws. Aren't they adorable? I just love them. I love the Geo dog, and I love the saying on it. It says, be the person your dog thinks you are. And I may be using that one as a gift for someone as well. But I just loved this part where it said love is a four-legged word. And I wanted a bigger dog on here. That's why I didn't go with what came with the design, but you certainly could do that too. All right. Now we have paw prints. How cute. Oh, just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm going to flip my design around and come over here with my damp Q-tip. Go right inside the bone where we have a little bit of a smudge. Now, part of this is from the actual design. It has some distressing, I think is the word we want to use for that. And part of it is because my Chalkology paste is a little on the thin side. If I just would have been patient and let that sit out a little while, it would not have run on me at all. So let's see. Here is our finished board. I might be just a little bit too close. Look at that. Look at that pup. Is that not the cutest thing? Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we're going to let this dry, and then it's going to get packaged and wrapped and ready to go under the tree. Can't wait for it to get opened. I think that this is going to be something that the recipient's going to really love this one. So I'm excited about it. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week, a wonderful weekend, and a very, very Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining me. Remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and happy crafting.